Let me get all the checks and that. Do you want me to post in the Discord?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah. The usual places?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I've got that song Riptide stuck in my head.
Riptide?
Yeah, it's because when you're on the plane, at least on Aer Lingus, they play like an instrumental version. And
Oh,
it's
right,
stuck in my
okay.
head.
Strange.
Wooey, wooey, woo. Come on, chat. You know you want to hang out with us. Woohoo. Dead air's the best air.
Yeah, sorry. I hate it, but
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna drink. I should have got
that's
2
about
bottles of
normal.
wine. I only have the 1 bottle. It's very cheap. It's like £7.
Where did you get that one from?
Just there's a little off license right across the street.
Wow, you really have become British, haven't you?
Yes, the off
Ooh,
license,
an
darling.
off license.
Yes.
I mean, soon enough you'll start calling it the offie.
Oh gosh, that's a thing.
I know it is, that's why I said it.
Yeah. Well, I
You
probably
forget.
will.
British.
I do like the British way of shortening words. It's my favorite. Hello, Emperor Garrett. How are you this fine evening? As chat starts to come in. Danker, hello, evening, evening, evening.
I need to bring chat up. That might actually
Yes, you
help, right?
do.
It's
But
alright, doing my thing.
oh, there's one Mr. Dave who I met in person, Pete. I met
I,
Dave.
I know you did. I'm
Mm.
disappointed.
You're disappointed that you weren't there?
Yeah, there's always August. It's fun.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, the messages based on that was, you know,
Oh, yeah.
someone got a little bit drunk.
Oh, right. Actually, we all did.
Yeah.
I haven't checked Discord yet. Oh, there's Dan Game Tank. Yes, also met Dan. Good evening. Dave, I was not drunk. Uh-huh. What's the word that you were if it wasn't drunk? Bueno. I'm addicted to Persona 3 Reload. Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah, because it's on Game Pass, so of
Ah,
course.
I think Max is playing that.
I keep hearing that it is very good.
Yeah.
I know Max obviously played it EGX.
Right. Yeah.
You heckled Trista on stage.
Yes, he
Look,
did.
we're gonna discuss
Okay,
all of
yeah.
that in a bit anyway, because I'm
Uh-huh.
interested to hear all the goss.
Save your debug stories for here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I know literally nothing. I've not even had a
Ah,
chance to watch the stream itself.
very good. You need to. It's actually
I
really good.
know.
But I'm going to
I
save
have.
my thoughts here in a
I've
few minutes.
I've had a very busy weekend doing lots of things.
Ah, Dave saved the clip where he heckled Trista. We had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna give any details yet till we start the show, but we had a lot of fun.
Good.
Dave says, "How are you, Pete?"
I'm tired, but I'm fine. It's been a busy weekend, but today's been chilled, quite chilled. But I've been playing games. I'll tell you about what games I've
Woo!
been playing soon.
Mike Tindo drops into chat. Friend of the show.
Nice. I've
Good
seen that
evening.
redacted game from. Oh yes, of
Oh
course.
yes, yes.
Yeah, we won't talk about redacted game from Redacted Studio that I could have
Mm.
had the chance to get involved in, but I couldn't. My
Yeah.
my feelings about Redacted Company are,
Yes.
not something that I'll
That aren't redacted on
divulge.
previous episodes.
No, they aren't. That.
We'll say that. Hey, Netta. Welcome back from Debug, Kylie. How was it? Oh, you're about to find out all the juicy goss here in
We're
just a
keeping
few
it aside
minutes.
until then.
Yeah. Most of it involves Dave. No, that's not
Apparently, I
true.
need to rebrand as Pete Redacted.
Yes.
No, Redacted Pete sounds better.
Petracted. Petracted? Yes.
I don't retract anything, except when I have to.
Pete with the innuendo.
No, I meant the fact that I say things as I want to say things and never go
Ah.
back and retract them.
Yes. Let's see. I did. Mike Tindo says Kylie stepped foot in the UK madness. I went to Birmingham and Nottingham. and I had a lot of fun in both. Um,
Good.
yeah, and Dave said she didn't. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Okay, are you ready to start?
Shit, no, I actually might need to run a test recording. Sorry.
I thought that's what you were doing.
No,
Right.
chat
Okay.
distracted me,
Right.
as always.
Yes, Dave, I wasn't there. I was invisible. The crazy drunk lady beside you was not there.
You were just a figment of
Yeah.
his imagination.
Of his drunken imagination.
I'm sure he wasn't on something else.
Oh no, because I bought several of those cans for him. I didn't pay for them.
I meant him.
I bought.
I'm sure he wasn't. He wasn't imagining things.
Dave says my imagination is messed up. Mike says, "Did you watch the whole event?" Sounds like a stupid question. I know. No, it's not a stupid question because it was a very long event. I did obviously watch.
I have not.
Yes.
No, I'll be honest. I really needed to, but I have had a busy weekend, so I haven't had the chance to.
That's all right. It happens.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to that in a bit.
But I did. Did you get to see our friend Ryan win the Unsung Hero Award? I did. It was a lot of fun. So well deserved.
Was that Ryan Brown?
Yeah. And Max called him Ryan Andrews, but I was okay with that. But anyway,
All right, I'll be back in a second.
All right, Dave says I need to go grab food. Hopefully, I can be back in time for the debug talk. Okay, it's only going to be probably another 10 minutes, and then I'll launch into debug. But enjoy your food. I will say this: all of the winners were very well deserved. Like, not that there would be some kind of upset, I guess, but like every winner was just so on point. But all the nominees were amazing. It was just a really good event. It ended up being very good. Yep, absolutely. They deserved it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Sorry, I just need to do another one. I'm just testing something.
That's what they all say. Oh, hello,
Always.
Jenny. Woo! And Anna said, I would have watched if I wasn't so busy this week, to be honest. Well, that happens. Some weeks are busy. Hopefully I'll start having busy weeks soon.
I'm sure you will.
It's just that time of year is very difficult for my industry for the first 3 months. And then after March, it starts to pick up.
2 seconds.
Okay. Or more than 2. Anyway, so out there in Neverland, I'm drinking the cheapest ass wine imaginable. I think it costed a whole £7. But I'm drinking it like it's water, so it must be doing something right. Swear they were here a minute ago. What? Oh, we're talking about Jenny? I know, Dave. That's my little secret. Oops. The cat's out of the bag, y'all. I drink wine. Oh no. Dave bought me lots of wine, by the way.
Of course he did.
Uh-huh.
Can you let us know if our levels are coming through okay?
Okay, what? Oh, yeah, stream. Can you let us know if the levels are coming through okay?
Yeah, test recording seems to be a bit weird on my side. For some reason, the mic seems to be muffled.
Oh,
so
right.
I'm trying to get it right.
Apparently, on my little equalizer things, it looks great, and then chat says it sounds...
Yeah, it's just because obviously I've got an equalizer on the background that is slightly calibrated slightly different, so...
Jenny, I wouldn't say that. But anyway, Danker says, all good. And that's with no boosting from me. Oh, that's good. That's good. So we don't have to do anything. Mike says, sounds good. Can't see good, though.
Yeah, because I'm currently running test recordings, so I've turned the camera off for that reason.
Dave says, Kiley is such a perv. No, I'm not. I'm an innocent angel. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kiley is an absolute perv.
Dave says, an innocent boy like me didn't know how to deal with her. Poor Dave. We did have a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun. But I can't wait to talk about it when Pete comes back. But yeah, it was just a good day all day. It kind of went by kind of fast. That's what she said. Yep. Dave says, I was totally innocent and not at all a complete fool. Danker says more like superb. Very good, Danker. I like that. Dave
Well, I
got
think we're good now.
Dave got to see that I am the same on stream as I am off stream.
And he saw that before I did as well.
He did. That's true, Pete. We're gonna have
4
so
years.
much fun.
4 years.
We're gonna have so much fun at Timeless. It's gonna be off the hook.
Well, we still need to confirm WSD first.
Oh god, we do have to do that, don't you? Don't let me forget that.
Yes, I've been waiting for you to send the email. I've done all the legwork.
Yes, you have.
I didn't skip leg day.
Yes. Dave says, and how was Dave? Dave's exactly how I pictured and imagined and everything.
Well, I probably heard Dave's voice long before you did.
Oh, probably.
He sent me a voice note like about timeless stuff. So.
Oh, ooh.
The man has a sexy voice.
As I say, getting those private DMs. Jenny.
Just that one. After that one, he told me to go away.
Well, Jenny says, in my head, we were about to play hide and seek with Pete, but then he appeared. Dave said, chaotic.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was always bad at hide and seek, so that's why I just appeared when I did, when the count was an issue.
I was very good at hiding because I knew where to hide and nobody could find me, and I was happy. Just leave me alone and I'll be in my little cave. But Dave says, wait, you guys are heading to Wilde? Yes. And he got accepted
I am.
too. Yeah. I am too.
Got accepted.
I am too. I just have to do one last little step.
Which is?
Send them the Twitch stream? Wasn't that it?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that's accepted yet. I would say that's pretty much there, but you've just got to do your work. Even though I basically set everything else up for you, ready to send.
Yes, you did. You did.
God damn it. Now you can see what really happens behind the streams every time. I do all the work and Kylie does next to nothing.
I do nothing.
Literally sits there and drinks, no joke.
Dave said I got accepted and I don't stream, so there you go. Okay, you want to start the show and then we will.
We can do. So.
And it's 187, correct?
Correct. Same as what it was 12 minutes ago when you asked for.
I don't remember 12 minutes ago. I don't remember my own birthday, which is actually true.
And that's why you always tell me the wrong day.
Yep.
Oh wait, you don't tell me at all.
I was gonna say I've told you one time. That's what I usually do.
You were drunk.
I will tell people one time what my birthday is, and then it's up to them to see if they remember or not.
I'm
Put
sure
it this
I
way,
remember which day it is.
my own family doesn't even remember my birthday. So, Dan says, I haven't been accepted, but I haven't applied. So, Dan, you gotta apply. Get the gang back together. Dave says, I'm just an evil genius. Woo. But yeah, let's start the show.
Yes.
Start show.
Oh dear, let's not get into that one, shall we, Dave?
What is it? Oh. What would the secret be? My favorite flavor is banana. That's actually not a sexual joke. I did not make a sexual joke for once.
That's not even a secret. You used all the money for wine. That's about.
That's right. Dave kept me supplied with wine. Hey, you guys got free beer, man.
Brilliant.
But
let's
yeah.
get going.
Okay.
Right. We'll start in.
You got one. Okay, sorry.
3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 187. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Yo.
And we have a lot in store for you today. We have 2 subjects that we are going to talk about. One of them being a certain award show, and the other one being a certain state of play show, which I just gave that away, so... but anyway...
Oh, yeah, not really a big surprise. I posted it on Discord.
Yeah. But stick around for that. And I like to open the show, as I do every week, with asking our guest, oh no, we don't have guests today, or our co-host, woo, Pete's here, how his week's been. Pete, how has your week been?
Busy as all hell. Work's been busy, and then I've been sorting a lot of wedding stuff out, so...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't watching Debug, because I was out dealing with wedding stuff. Yay!
I don't know. I've never had one, so I can't even imagine what that entails.
Far too much.
I will take your word for that. I do still like your invitations are still caught up in customs.
Oh, good. I was about to ask you
Thanks,
about those.
Brexit. Not only is Pete's wedding invitations that he needs right now in customs, but so is Mike, our overlord, his birthday hoodie that's almost a month late.
Good work.
Yay!
Well done.
Yay!
No, I wouldn't solely
Seaboard.
blame that on Brexit. I would solely base that on Royal Mail being a sucky entity as is anyway, and currently going through a massive scandal.
I mean, are they? Oh, it's not the Royal Mail podcast.
No, no, it is not. But check back next week for the Royal Mail podcast.
There you go. We call it Post Notes. That's our new podcast.
I mean, it would be worse if we called it Going Postal, wouldn't it?
Oh no, that's better, Pete. That's way better than mine.
Yeah, but that's also a term for a mass shooting.
I know, but it's also Postal is a really good game, even if it's messed up.
I know.
I said it. It's a bad, mean game, but I still like playing it. Although I think it's Postal 3 that's just terrible. It's just a bad game. Oh yes. Nana says, "Oh my God, really? Things are that bad?" Danker says, "More like going postal." Dang it, Pete, you took it first. Great minds, though. Great minds. Dave says, "Rubber gloves and Royal Mail." Hee hee hee. Dave needs to order some rubber gloves and get them sent by Royal Mail. But anyway, yes.
So I was going to say, actually, because I've been playing a new game this week.
Ooh, what have you been playing this week?
It's not a new game. It's an old game. Picked it up on Steam. Based on all the stuff that's been going on with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yes.
I didn't pick that game up.
Okay.
I went back and picked up the Arkham collection.
Oh, okay, good.
I've been smashing through Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Damn, that game runs really well on PC considering how old it is.
I know. It has aged well. It has. It's it's weird how that works. But
it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's fantastic still.
Yeah, I mean it is a brawler. Oh yeah, you like brawlers.
Yes,
brawlers
I do.
And beat 'em ups. But I think it's a very top tier brawler.
Yes. I may have also picked something else up. I picked this up cheap on eBay.
Okay.
I picked up the Yakuza Remastered collection, so that's 3, 4, and 5.
Right. I am not surprised at all. I told you were going to like Yakuza. I told you that.
Yakuza rules.
I told you.
And considering that Gaiden isn't exactly like the best game in the series, it's still damn good.
Excellent. Very glad to hear that, though.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we hot foot it to the topic, because I don't need to ask you how your week's been, because holy Christ, most of your week's been debug.
My week has been debug. Well, first, I'll go through chat, then I'll hop over. Nana says, "I need to play those. Those are really good on PC, apparently." Yes, Pete says so.
Yeah, I also picked up Arkham Origins because I never played it.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
alright.
need to get and play it.
I played that on Luna.
Yeah, I'm actually glad that the PC version of Arkham Knight has now been fixed, because at least I get to play it in a decent state now.
Well, that's good. That's good. Dave says, "Those games are phenomenal." And Anchor says, "Yeah, the disaster of the Switch ports made me respect the PC versions." Very good.
That's exactly the reason why I wasn't going to buy the Switch versions, because apparently they're bad. Like, Arkham Asylum apparently is not bad, but, 30 frames per second, no thank you.
Oh, that's right. You got really upset about that. I remember that.
Yeah, I did notice, actually, the cutscenes on Asylum are actually 30 frames on PC.
Oh, that's
wild. But then gameplay is 60.
Yep. So yes, my week. I haven't been playing much at all this week. Because I hopped on a plane here in Belfast and flew over to Birmingham, where I was then chauffeured on to Nottingham, Pete. To Nottingham.
That is the most American thing I think you've ever said. To Nottingham.
Nottingham. Actually, American would be Nottingham instead of Nottingham. I was saying Nottingham a lot. Not that ham. This one. Yeah, it was a very good. Like, I know that's not a very descriptive thing that I'm saying. It was a very good event. But I literally mean that because obviously, for those who don't know, and please go check our show out the week before. The week before last week.
Yes.
And where we interview Andrew and Dan from Debug. Of course, there's a third person, Alex. I think Sega Guru is his name, I think. Who is part of that, but just, throwing him in the mix. But, and then, yes, so Dave says, driven to Nottingham and then stole my bank card and got wine. So, for those who don't know, I got to meet so many people that live in my computer. Dave and Dan, they live in my computer. I met them. I got to see lots of people from Mags's community as well. It was great. I loved it. The social aspect was top notch. You couldn't beat that. But the good thing is, all the indie devs and I guess it was mostly devs. They were set up around the foyer lobby area. And you could go and you could play their games and you could meet with them and you could talk with them. Now, the unique thing about this event was that it was divided into two parts. There was a daytime event, which Mags hosted and was MC of. And then there was a nighttime event, which was the awards show. I went to both because duh. But,
I mean, why not, of course.
I was absolutely fascinated by the daytime thing because there were several indie devs that came up and I just caught Dan's comment, which was someone told me there was no wine left in Nottingham on Friday night. Yeah, we'll get into that. So each dev had like a 10-minute talk. They could present their game and all that well, no, they couldn't take questions from the audience in that section. They would go back to the main room and then you could go up there and ask questions, play their games and all that kind of stuff, which is amazing. It's just complete open access to this wealth and dearth of, well, not dearth, but the opposite of dearth, wealth of knowledge. It was just available right there. And then Mags interviewed two kind of long-time developers. One of them worked for Bullfrog, and one of them worked for Core. I'm really bad at names.
Oh, amazing.
Those interviews were so effing amazing. I'm not kidding. I'm not going to limit it to just people who are interested in games development. I think people who are interested in video games, you need to go watch those interviews. They're amazing. They're full of just information and stuff. And the second guy, I can't remember his name, but he ended it on this like really lovely like mental health kind of chat type thing. And of course the interviewer was really good. His name's Max.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's all right, I guess. And they took questions from the audience, and it was smooth. It just, I don't know, it was just a really enjoyable moment. And yes, during some of the presentations, me, one Mr. Dave, who's in our chat, and one Mr. Rowan, who's not in our chat, we got to be, I don't know, the cheerleaders? Would you call it that, Dave? We were we had the most energy in the room.
We the hype men.
That's it, Pete. That's what we were. We were the hype men. It was so good. Yes, Simon Phipps. That was the second guy. Yes, Dan. Thank you. That was great. Mike Tindo says, did Mag tell you to keep Kiley well liquored? Let's just say that Dave kept the wine flowing. And the ciders for him and Rowan. But we had so much fun. It was so full of positivity. We cheered on the yes, exactly, Dave. We were the hype squad. Dave says, I quit. Sorry, I feel compelled to say that when Mags is mentioned. Yeah, it was okay. I'm sorry, I have to go through this chat. It's too good.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah.
We'll never finish if we do.
Well, I know. I'm just going to do this, and then I'll finish out the thing. Mike Tindo says, always keep Kiley away from the bank cards. That's right. But to be fair, I did get him and our third person, Rowan, their drinks too. So I didn't just buy wine with Dave's card. And then Dave says, Rowan loved you as well. He's weird. Okay, so me and Rowan, we went up on stage in between when they were changing out the set. And we did a little interview. I was like Oprah, I think, like an Oprah
Mm-hmm.
type, and he was my guest. And for some reason, the theme of the night for us and Dave was gloves. So Dave switched from his usual buckets, if you know anything about Dave, to gloves, and it was so much fun. We had so much fun. That was just so much fun. Um,
I need to know about this now.
yes. Well, I'll go into more detail off air
He's been
because
but he's teased this already. I need to know. I need to know.
I need to know. Dave says there wasn't any wine left, Dan. My bank card bought it all, Grumbles. And it says, oh God. And then Dan says, I haven't seen the interviews yet, but they'll be online soon. Yes, they will. They're so good. Wealth of knowledge. Very witty, anecdotal, enjoyable the whole time.
I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, I do encourage anyone to go watch those. And yes, Simon Phipps was one of them. And then Dave. Okay, so we'll move on to the awards part. So there was like an hour and a half break, and yes, in that hour and a half, me, Dave, and Rowan did drink a lot. I will admit that, which is a lot. An hour and a half is a long time to drink. I'm just saying. So then the awards started. We got hats. Do you remember that, Dave? Did you get your cap? Because I got mine. And the award show was so just. I mean, it sounds silly. It was professional, which you're like thinking, of course it is. It's an award show, but I mean,
yeah, but Jeff Keighley's award show is definitely not professional, so it's nice to
right?
have one that
Okay,
is.
that's a good comparison because all of the winners, first of all, who all deserved the nominee, everyone was just top notch. All of the winners did their speeches, and they did it like perfect timing. I can't even explain it. Like they just knew how to wrap it up. They weren't doing
Almost like they got told beforehand, you'll have a certain amount of time to do so. Please write a speech that is allocated to doing this. But nothing is off limits. Talk about what you want to talk about, I guess.
Exactly. And Brent said, unfortunately, I need to go do some house sitting duty, so we'll have to step away from it. That is okay, Brent.
No problem. We'll see you in a bit.
We will be getting, well, Brent doesn't do PlayStation, but we'll give you a state of play here in a second. And then Dave said, no, I stole the three of his hats. Yes, you did. I'm very proud of my hat. And Dave says, you did not hear that. Dan goes, whoop, looks around casually, completely unaware.
I didn't hear a thing. I don't know what you're talking about, Dan.
Nope. Mike says, did everyone have more than 30 seconds to speak? I don't think, if I'm being honest here, I don't think anyone went over 2 minutes in their acceptance speeches. It just flowed so nicely. There was no real hiccups. There was maybe a little moment of dropped audio, but it was so fast and quick and recovered, you wouldn't have known if I hadn't just said that and spilled it like an idiot.
It's almost like they had a professional PA person, right?
They did have a professional person running the sound who also did the voiceovers. I'm just saying, But all of the nominees were so great, and if they couldn't be there, they sent in videos.
Nice.
Their acceptance speeches, so it was so good. Dan says, I watched it back this afternoon. Nobody was rushed. Yes, exactly. There was no like rushed or pressure feeling or anything like that. The speeches were great. It was just a great show. Yes, I would absolutely agree with that.
Is that because there wasn't a focus on commercials?
I do think that helped. If anyone doesn't know, he's referencing the Video Game Awards.
The Jeff Keighley Awards.
Yes, the Jeff Keighley Awards. All the speeches were so sincere and well versed, said Dave, and that's true. That's one thing that we did notice. Although Dave did heckle the host Trista Bites a little bit, but she enjoyed it. So hey, we had a lot of fun. If you go back and you watch the videos of that night, you will hear me, Dave, and Rowan cheering and wooing a lot. Anytime you hear a woo, it's me or Rowan. It's so much fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing all this back and knowing that.
Yes. And then
Jack Tendo said the Sham Awards.
That's what. There you go, true. Pete. There's another name for you.
Dave said that I had a point, but
yes, Pete has a point. It's true. On his head, yay. Mike says, so you mean an award ceremony that was actually about the devs? Yeah, it was so good. It was so well done. And I
Take
know,
note, Jeff Kiley. Take note.
and our very much often reoccurring guest Andrew was the award presenter model, and he did such a good job. And I was very proud of him. And he only had like a couple.
Also,
of
can we make note as well? The previous guest, Mr. Frame a Game Man,
Yes.
had made the awards.
Yes, I was like, what? I heard that because I didn't know that going in, and I was just like,
I don't think
what?
many did.
Yeah, I wish they would have said that the other day when they were here. But yes, Mr. Framey Gamey himself.
Mr. Frame a Game.
Yeah. I don't think he was there. I didn't see him.
I don't know if he was, but he definitely provided all the awards for
and he
it.
got a shout out and everything. It was so cool.
Amazing.
And let's see, Dave says Rowan and Kiley were the hype. I was the sing slower in a seat.
That would be me usually.
Oh goodness. And then Mike says that's fantastic. I know, I was shocked. I didn't know it was Mr. Framey Gamey.
I saw it on Twitter and I was like, that man's going places.
Yeah, well, I didn't know obviously until the awards started and someone said it. I'm gonna assume it was Max, but someone announced it. It has to be Max that said it. You know, awards were provided by Frame a Game. And I was like, what? And I started looking around for him, but I didn't see him. So I don't think he was there.
Big shame. He does have a day job, to be fair, so
he
probably
does.
couldn't make it.
But also, I'll say this for listeners and watchers of our show. Go watch his interview. He is just the nicest guy. We both drink on stream. He drinks a lot.
He does.
I think he drinks.
And he's just generally a nice guy anyway.
He is so funny and nice and just warm and just a good guy. And it's a good, if you haven't checked out Frame a Game, I'm saying that right, Pete?
Yeah, Frame a Game.
Go check it out. It's just cool. It's just cool.
Oh god, I wish I could just pick my one up right now.
I know. Aw. Well, next time.
I mean, it's not even on the wall. I haven't decorated yet, so
yeah,
it needs
I
to
know.
go up at some point.
And then what?
I said, shut up. I
I
haven't decorated because I've had other things to do, like organise a wedding.
Dave's like, I heard a sound outside my house. Oh God, Trista is here. She liked it. She liked that you were heckling her. She enjoyed that. And yes, Dan says those awards were lush. They really were. He did an amazing job. I just wished I'd known it was him. We could have had him on too. Again, because I think he would have, showed up.
Well, I'd like to have him back on.
Yeah,
talk about
definitely.
his business again.
Definitely.
And where he's gone in the last 18 months.
I know, because he was like on the up and up.
I know.
Big
I don't know
time.
if you saw that he was obviously posting pictures, or people were posting pictures from Rocksteady.
Oh wow! Oh, he's so cool. And then oh my gosh, Dave says, "Well, Stu / Ashens told her it was me who heckled her. I'm in trouble now." Yeah, she probably is outside your house then.
Do you have any bushes outside your house? Because she's probably sitting in them right now.
But I do encourage everyone out there who, if you haven't gone and checked out I think it's on YouTube, the Debug Awards, go check that out. I hope they put the interviews up. I don't know because I haven't checked.
No, they'll be coming at a later point in time, I think, but I don't know if they're there just yet.
Okay.
But
I have my own recordings.
But for those who are there listening to the audio version later on down the line, because remember this is an audio podcast as well.
Yes, I do.
The link will be in the description for the awards show.
Woo!
And it will be on Twitch after the fact and YouTube.
Well, Dan says they're coming soon, so I've been told. So fingers crossed, because I mean, all in all, Mags did an amazing job. And yeah, I know you can sit here and tell me I'm biased, but I'm being very objective here.
You're biased.
He did an amazing job, and I'm very proud of him. Because
no, I'm sure he does, but you are definitely biased at the same time.
Maybe not. Maybe I would be like, he did. No, I can't even fake saying that. Okay, you're right. But no, it's really
time.
Yeah, I made my own recordings for my special pages. Ooh. But anyway, Dave says, yep, she's biased. But anyway.
Let's not get into yours and Mags' human super recordings.
Woo! These are my favorite recordings. Anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm not reading that out, Dave. You know that.
I'll read it. He said he did a best job, and I'm his manager.
He did. He did an amazing job. But if you have any
I'm glad to
questions,
see one person is at least impartial, or
that's
not. He's not. Dave is definitely not impartial.
no. But chat, if you have any questions about debug, feel free to put them in chat and I'll address them. But overall, great vibe. Really professionally done, smooth, no hiccups. Afterwards, we had drinks from the bar that Dave paid for mostly. Uh, and it's just I hope sincerely that they do it again next year.
Well,
Because I think it's a really good thing.
If they do, I will make sure I'm there next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because this year it was just
Definitely.
a bit too short notice to be able to get the time off of work.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jenny says Max was fantastic. Yeah, he was. He's always fantastic. He's magtastic. Anyway, Pete, let's get to the meat of today's show. I almost said video.
One of them. Because we've already done one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is a 2-meat sandwich. I know. I was expecting that.
No one expects me to be a perv. Everyone does. But anyway.
Exactly.
So, Pete, I'm going to turn this over to you and let you talk about the state of play. What is it? What was it about? Was it good? Let's find out.
Well, so the state of play, which aired on the 31st of January, it was a 45 or so minute show, and there was plenty to show off. So some stuff we knew about, some stuff that we didn't, and some stuff that may have gone on for too long, but I'll get to that at some point. So in this section, we want to hear your comments. So if you're watching live on YouTube, please let us know if you're interested in talking about it. Sorry, I thought you froze there for a second.
Oh, no, I'll try to keep moving.
No, it was the way you were looking at something. You just went really still. It's horrendous. Yeah, we'll take audience participation about what you thought about the show. Anything that you specifically want to talk about, we can go into in a bit more depth. So, without further ado, we will start at the very top of the show, where they showed off Hell Divers 2, which is due for release in only a few days now. It's actually next week. They showed off a lot of gameplay and stuff we already knew about most of it anyway. They did show off a few things that are coming after the fact, but I'm going to be honest, this is not a game that really appeals to me in any way, shape, or form. But it's obviously one of Sony's big releases for this year because, well, publishing rights anyway.
Ah, right. I see.
Not one of their first parties, but they have bought the publishing rights for this. So.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, next up, this is a game that we have seen a little bit of already, but this is actually kind of the first time we get a story breakdown and gameplay reveal for it, which was Stellar Blade. This is an action, over-the-shoulder, third-person action game, and I'm not gonna lie, the Adam and Eve sort of biblical, however you pronounce it. Biblical.
Okay.
The parallels were sort of very there on the show.
Right. Okay.
I mean, the fact that the city that you're in is called Zion is a little bit on the nose.
Yeah, I would say
the main character is called Eve.
Okay, that's not a lot of room there. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit on the nose. But they went into obviously what the story is about. Not really my kind of thing. It looks pretty, but it has, let's say, angered a lot of people online for this overtly sexy character, let's say.
Okay.
And that was always, kind of the
but sexy is
kind of
good.
the problem with it, because everyone sort of felt that the main character Eve was not real. There was no way that it could be based on a real human, to the point where they actually showed the actress for it a few weeks ago, and it's a real human being.
Well, there you go.
And she's that attractive, so yeah. Very
there
weird.
are attractive people out there.
Yes,
believe it
there
or
is,
not.
but this is a very weird weird world we live in.
I know. It's very weird. Yes.
Yeah, it feels a bit Bayonetta, looks a bit Bayonetta. Um, I've got no problem with that, but it's probably not a game that I'm going to be playing. It does release on April 26th, so not too long to wait. I know several people are quite interested about it. Nana did say it does look pretty cool, and there's subtlety, not even an ounce.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
makes sense. Next up, actually, I did kind of want to talk about this one because unfortunately, this game, there were rumors going around on Twitter about it beforehand.
Right?
Nobody believed them to be real, neither did I. So when it did get shown, I went, why is this real? It's
Right?
actually a remaster of Sonic Generations,
Oh, right.
but it is now called Sonic Cross Shadow
Yeah.
Generations because there is a new shadow-based campaign for it.
Right.
I'm gonna talk about this one a little bit because
Okay.
I have a lot of love for Sonic Generations.
Yes, you
I
do.
freaking love that game. It was the game that brought me back to playing Sonic games after a very long time. Um, why does this need to be made? The game still works perfectly well on Xbox. You can just put your disc in and play it perfectly all right. But the only thing about it is coming to the Switch, so fair
Oh,
enough.
okay. Well,
Uh, but also you can't. I don't think you can play this backward compatible on PS5. So because it was a PS3 game, so yeah, it's stuck on there. But if you had the Xbox version, you got no problem with playing it. It was also on PC, so you can still play it on there. So this it's a weird thing kind of with Sega where it just feels like they need to remaster stuff all the time. And if this is anything like Sonic Colors Ultimate, this might not be very good because
right,
that
okay.
did not go down too well with some people.
Right.
Sonic Colors is widely revered as a very
It
good
is,
game, but
yeah.
the Ultimate version absolutely butchered it. Oh
That's
dear.
crazy.
Hmm.
Well, I'll check in with chat really quick.
Yep.
Is the main villain called Redacted Pete?
No, they're not actually.
And then Mike Tindo says, there's pretty good game coming in less than 2 weeks. What game is that? Nana says, I don't know if any of you have played Nike Goddess of Victory, but look at Stellar Blade, then look at this, and everything will make sense. Interesting.
Okay,
I've
fair
heard a
enough.
lot about Nike Goddess of Victory.
I
Um,
can't say I have to be honest, so I'll go and check that out in a bit.
right. Well, Dave says, why? Nana says, adding the shadow stuff is interesting, I think, but this is clearly for the movie promotion. Ooh, good take.
Yeah, because they did reveal not long after this
Mm-hmm.
the type, well, not even the title, the logo for Sonic 3, the movie,
Oh, okay. So it is connected.
and also stated that Jim Carrey is also making a return as Robotnik, despite the fact that
Oh
everyone
my
thought
goodness.
he
Right.
was retiring from acting. But if you saw the end of Sonic 2, then you knew he was probably going to return anyway. So
Well,
I don't know.
Nana says it is stuck on PS3, so that's why I think. Danker says all I can see this being made for is for essentially new content and maybe a graphics upgrade. That's an interesting take. I like that.
I mean, the Xbox version has the 4K patch, so and it's
Wow.
optimized, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure what the issue is.
And then it says, yes, I love Sonic Colors. I wish they would go back to that style of the game. Interesting. Mike Tindo, the game features an adventurer with the initials LC.
Yes, I know, I know. I wonder what game this might be.
Uh huh.
Could it be
Or
a
Pyramid
could it
Boobies.
be a Raider of the Tombs, possibly?
Yes, Raider of the Tombs. Yeah. Jack says, not much longer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We'll
We
get to
will
that.
get to that in a bit.
Yeah, Mike Tindo says, yeah, travels the world, raiding tombs. Nana says, I watched Sonic 2. It's better, but I still don't like those films. Lol.
I
Interesting.
think
I need to
the
watch them.
second film is a much better film, but there is a middle section in there where they focus on the human characters and
Right.
probably shouldn't have spent so long dealing with that.
Yeah. Danker says you. Yeah, wish they kept Jim's involvement secret. Ooh, right. I see. Because it would have been a surprise. And I
Mm.
watched Sonic 2 this weekend. Oh, okay. It's cool. Oh, I watched Sonic 2 this weekend. It's
Yeah,
better, but I still.
yeah,
Okay, I get you. I get you. And then
yeah.
Cincho. Hey, peeps. Hey, Cincho.
Hello,
I've got
Sergio.
my redeem, hydrate, redeem.
Of course.
Woo!
Right. Anyway, shall
Anyway,
we get
yes,
crack
continue
on?
on.
So, anyway, that game is coming out in autumn 2024. So, next up, we had the next game in the MiHoYoverse series.
Okay.
Zone Zero, we kind of knew about this already, but is now officially in development for PlayStation 5.
Right. Okay.
Hmm?
Right. Okay. I was like,
Yeah, sorry, you cut out.
I know my mic is terrible.
Yeah. Next up, do you like Splatoon? Because this
I,
game is not Splatoon, it's Foam
uh-huh.
Stars.
I
But
knew it was Foam Stars.
this is PlayStation's answer to Splatoon. Season 1 is now coming on the 6th of February. So they
Oh
showed off a
goodness.
lot of stuff to do with that. It's for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. But it was also confirmed before the show that actually this is coming to PlayStation Plus in February. So anyone who's
Ooh.
got PS Plus account can get this for netting
Yeah, that's a
or
weird
part of
one
your
for me.
subscription.
Yeah. That is a weird one. That's another one that Mags's community is going to be playing. I won't be playing because I don't have a PlayStation.
I saw that message went up and I said I'm not paying for a month of PlayStation Plus to play a game that I have no interest in.
Yeah, it's very strange how that whole pricing structure works. Um, and then Nana says, I still don't know if this will do well or not. Yeah, it's going to be a wait and see thing. Uh,
No, a lot of people said during the beta that it was not bad, but it needed some work. So
um,
I'm not sure.
well, Mike Tendo says, for a moment I thought Pete was going to talk about the next Splatterfest.
It's Splatfest. Well, you mean the one that's freeway between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? What's your favourite day of the weekend?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, it's obviously Friday.
Is Friday part of the weekend? Let's discuss.
Friday night is the part of the weekend.
I feel
Because
like
you
it
finish
is.
with work.
I feel
I
like
mean,
it
anyone
is.
who would choose Sunday is a cretin.
Well, to me, Sunday is the weekend, but we've talked about this before. But let's see. Denker says, "Yeah, not sure why that announcement needs to be included since it was already known."
Mm-hmm.
Jack says, "I thought side order release date news," and Mike says, "Dude, it's Saturday."
This is why you're wrong, Mike. This is why you're wrong. And this is
Oh,
why we'd be on different
controversy.
teams. Yeah, people do work on Fridays, but Friday night is where you go out, you have fun, and then you go all of Saturday and all of Sunday to recover.
Oh my goodness, that's true. Oh, see, I like that's the logic I get. People work on Fridays. It's true. Oh no, Dave, that is not up for discussion.
Not anymore. Not until next Christmas.
And Jack says only choose Sunday for Rapid Reviews podcast day. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
well, I don't know what we were thinking when we did that.
well. Originally, our thought was we recorded on Sunday because we didn't stream back then, and then you'd have it on your Monday morning commute, and you could drive to work.
Yeah,
listening
actually,
to
yeah,
us.
that was a good.
Yep,
That was the plan.
that was our reason for picketing Sundays.
Oh my god.
Dagger says, well, if 4-day working week becomes a standard in the future, Fridays would technically be classed as a weekend. That's true. Very true.
Just expect your work day to be longer because you can guarantee that no workplace is ever going to go, oh yeah, we're going to cut down to 4 days without increasing your hours on each day.
Yeah, that's true.
Good luck with that one. So anyway, back to the PlayStation State of Play.
Yes.
Because the next up we had the announcement that Dave the Diver, the truly indie game that is made by a billion-dollar company, or published by a billion-dollar company.
Yeah, exactly.
It is coming to PlayStation. No real surprises there. It's releasing in April of 2024.
Ooh.
However, they did show off something cool that is actually being revealed or been released or going to be released for all versions of the game for free.
Oh, nice. Free's always
the
nice.
Godzilla DLC.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I heard about this.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, that's a cool idea.
That is cool.
But it seems like Godzilla's getting into everything at the moment because of Godzilla -1.
It's exactly. Denker's like Godzilla, how they get that IP.
Because everyone got that IP at that moment.
I wonder if it's in public domain at this point.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay. But it is crazy because Godzilla is literally everywhere. Godzilla! And then Mike says, the $1 billion indie game. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Wait, Godzilla and Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yes.
It's weird.
Still need to see Godzilla -1 because apparently it's amazing.
I need to see it as well.
I'm waiting for it to hit streaming.
Yeah.
I'll see if it's still in cinemas by the time I want to go, but doubt it. Doubt it. Anyway, next up we had a game called V Rising. This was actually not known about beforehand, I don't think. So it's an announcement trailer. This looks like a vampire-based roguelite coming in 2024.
Okay.
Looks alright. Graphically, it looks quite nice. Not gonna lie. Not my kind of thing, roguelites, though.
No, not mine either.
No. Okay, so I don't want to talk about Nintendo Directs.
Okay, yes,
But this
that's right.
seems to be a thing that happens a little bit of time on a Nintendo Direct. So Sony obviously took, copied the homework to some degree.
Right.
And went, here you go, you can have a Shadow Drop game. Because this one was a bit of a weird one.
Right, okay.
Silent Hill, the short message.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
So they revealed the game and the gameplay and then went, oh, this is a short experience. Here, have it for free. And it's out now.
Is this, you think, kind of like PT?
Don't know. I haven't actually played it yet.
Okay.
I probably will at some point. But that will require me to fire up my PS5 and probably download an absolute butt ton of updates because, well, it's sitting next to me. It hasn't been turned on for a while.
Oh, turn it on, Pete.
Never. You'll get the reason why soon enough.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued.
Well, I'll wait until the very end and you'll find out.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Dave says, I can officially reveal I'm Dave the Diver. Of course you are. As I dive for cover when Kiley yells, more wine, and launches the empty glass across the room. It's true. Don't reveal my secrets. Mike says, Brent, I have returned. Hopefully I didn't miss too much of this week's news. Not too much. You missed 2 games, but they're PlayStation games. So
yeah, we're just running through the state of play at the moment, so you've missed a few. Not too many.
Not too many. No, not at all. Centro says, I got a really cool leverless controller that works for basically every console and costs not even half as much as the branded ones like the Hitbox and alike. Really stoked. Might start collecting a few of them now. Basically, that's for Pete.
Oh, I know it is. But that's cool.
Yeah, it works.
Send me a picture of it on Discord and I'll have a look at it because I would imagine it's pretty cool. The only time I've ever used a leverless controller, I had no clue what I was doing with it. It felt weird. Anyway, so yeah, short message. Go and give it a try now if you want to go and play a free game.
Yep.
But that's not where it ends for Konami, which was very strange because they showed off, finally, gameplay for Silent Hill Remake. Or Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Yes. I'm very interested in this.
It looked alright. Looked alright, but I'm not familiar with Silent Hill 2 anyway to know if it looked decent compared to the original. So, yeah, unfortunately no release date. Still no release date. Yep. I just literally showed this off and went, in development for PS5. It's like, yes, because we didn't already know that.
Exactly.
Bloody Konami. Anyway. Next up, we had Judas. So this is made by Ken Levine, who is the creator of BioShock.
There you go, Brent. Hope you're paying attention. This is for you.
No release date.
Of course.
Some gameplay was shown.
Oh,
it looks very BioShock. So if you've been itching for some BioShock, go and play some BioShock, or go and wait for this one.
Right.
I also didn't know this was coming to Xbox as well. So thanks, Brent. That's cool. Who knows? Might end up coming to Game Pass.
Ooh, I hope so. I hope so.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had our obligatory PlayStation VR 2 section.
Right.
So first up was a game that was unfortunately known about a couple of days beforehand because it got leaked. Metro Awakening VR.
Yes.
So the next up in the Metro series.
Yes.
Coming to PlayStation VR 2. It's also coming to MetaQuest and Steam PC VR. It's due out in 2024 at some point. Looks kind of cool. Looks like a very high quality VR game, if I'm honest.
Excellent, excellent.
And next up, the only 2 games that were featured on the VR chatter was called Legendary Tales.
Right, okay. Okay.
So this is a sword and sorcery action RPG in VR.
Okay.
Coming February 8th, and this is the only game that makes me actually bloody want to play it in VR, because this looks freaking cool.
Really?
This actually looks really, really cool.
Very cool.
I never thought I'd
it.
say that I want to
I
play
know.
RPG. So it's an RPG that's set in, it's very sort of Skyrim-y, but yeah, apparently there's some issue with it in the fact that it's a lot harder to play when you play it alone, but it's got online multiplayer for it, so you can go around as a party and go and clear dungeons, get loot, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh, right, okay. So like a dungeon crawler, would you say it's like that? Or
Kind of, yeah, but it's an action RPG.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it does look cool. So yeah, February 8th for those who have any sort of VR device, because it's not just coming out to PSVR.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. I mean, I know it's a PlayStation State of Play, so.
Well, it was, but it is available for other systems.
Yeah.
Other
systems
next up,
are available.
They are. Next up, we had Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Newest in the Capcom series of Dragon's Dogma games. Oh, this looks freaking cool. This looks freaking cool.
So,
I wish I would have played Dragon's Dogma to know if it actually looked really awesome, but yeah.
Dragon's Dogma is a funny one for me because if anyone, there's no one here, that's fine, remembers a site called cracked.com.
I do remember Cracked.
I used to be obsessed with that site. I wanted to go write for them. That's why my early articles, if you ever find any of my early articles, they're always top 10 lists and they're like tongue-in-cheek. It's because it's based on cracked.com's humor at the time.
Yeah.
It's, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, I'm old. Anyway, but they did this like fake review of Dragon's Dogma and it cracked me up, and so I got the game because it was like full of bugs and it was silly and just all that. Then I played it and it was actually a decent RPG.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be like a
it
mess, and it was actually decent.
Yeah, apparently it didn't come out in a good state.
Right.
But well, I'm guessing they have they fixed it, haven't they, to some degree, because it's quite an old game now.
Yeah, it's very old now.
I'm pretty sure they re-released it with Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, wasn't it, or
something like that? Yeah.
And it's on the Switch as well, so I probably should go and actually give it a try. But it's probably super cheap on PC now, anyway.
I would think so. But it's actually, it's pretty decent for what it is. It's funny.
Oh well, I'm gonna give it a crack.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll give it a cracked.com.
Ha! Very good, Pete. Very good.
Anyway.
Wait, you want me to read chat very quick?
Yeah,
just catch them up. Yes. Let's see. Dan says, I'm hyped for this just on the strength of the Bioshock games for the Ken Levine game. Brent says, wait, I can't play the next Metro game without VR? Ooh, good point.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but I'm not as familiar with the Metro games, so.
They're really good.
I've heard they're really good, but I just never got around to playing them.
They're based on a series of books that I attempted to read, but I don't read really well. But from what I read, it was really good. Nana says, this looks really cool. Brent says, that's one multiplayer as well. Or multiplat as well. Cincho says, still no MP, though. Mike says, Metro Prime? And Jack Tindo says, no, Mario Paper. Mike says, Kylie is getting low. Dave, hide your wallet. It's true, Dave. Why don't you send me an Uber over with wine in it? Thank you. Anyway.
Bad move.
But yes,
yeah, we know Sencho. He said no multiplayer was no MP was about Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah. So yeah, we sort of got that point. I think Mike's just being particularly flippant for a reason.
Being silly. We're just being
it's
silly.
It's fine. We appreciate it. Anyway, next up we had Koei Tecmo's next game, which we already know about, called Rise of the Ronin. They went into a bit of depth about this
Yes.
one. This is the one, if you remember, where it's set in Japan during the just before the turn of the century. And yeah, I think they showed this off at a previous PlayStation State of Play. It was very early concept of it, where they were sort of looked very Assassin's Creed. But
Right.
yeah, they showed a lot of the combat of this, and it looks very typical for a sort of Ronin game, samurai sort of system.
Right.
However, they revealed that they've got guns in the game as well, and
Oh,
spears and stuff
okay.
like that. So you can actually, switch quite seamlessly between like sword combat and gun combat.
Interesting. Cool.
It looks incredibly cool. The art style looks really nice. It's very gory, as you would sort of imagine from Koei Tecmo.
Hell yeah.
This one is actually coming out on the 22nd of March, so not
Okay.
too long to wait. And I'm gonna lie, I'm kind of hyped.
Very
Kind of hyped
cool.
now. I might
Very
give this a
cool.
try.
I hope you do. Let me know how it goes.
I will let you know, and it will give you probably a reason to not buy a PlayStation 5 again.
I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be straight up with our audience. So I have an Xbox, the white one, whatever that one is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Series
and
S.
Series S or whatever. So I'm looking at either buying the Series X or the PlayStation 5. So I'm kind of trying to divide between the two.
Mm-hmm.
So far I'm still leaning Xbox.
We will get to that in a bit.
Oh,
Okay. We'll get to that soon. Anyway,
Excellent.
so
Okay.
next up,
I have it, Dave. But yes, I stole
what
Dave's
do I have
wallet.
to say? Yeah, I know. What do I have to say about this one?
Okay.
I'll just tell you the game,
Okay.
and I'll tell you the reason why I'm unsure what to say about this one. So coming to PlayStation 5 and PC in 2024, Until Dawn Remaster.
What is it called?
Until Dawn Remastered.
Oh, right. Why?
The game that is on PS4
Yes.
that could be easily played on PS5
Yes.
is getting a remaster.
That's insane.
It is coming to PC, fine. I appreciate that. The game is freaking 9 years old. Who gives a crap?
That is
Or less than
insane.
9 years old. But it is still playable on PS4.
That's insane.
How? We had this discussion. We had this discussion to do with Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Pointless waste of time.
Yes.
Why did we need this? This is another situation where why the hell do we need this?
We didn't. We didn't.
This is absolutely a joke.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100% a joke. I like Until Dawn, but what is the friggin' point of remastering and like a game that can still be played on the previous generation?
I mean, plus it's not. It's a narrative game. It's a story game.
Yeah, you can play it once.
Yeah.
This is what I was hearing in podcasts before when they were talking about the state of play. They were like, yeah, whatever I had was whatever I chose was the story that I wanted to play, and I'd never felt the need to go back and play it.
Yeah.
And I agree. I don't want to go back and play it because the story I got was fun.
I mean,
and I actually liked the way it went.
There is like 9 endings or something. It's a crazy amount of endings.
Couldn't care less.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only replayability that you've got is because they have different endings. I'll be honest, they're not my favorite style of games.
No, they're not. They're not mine either. But they were
like movies.
fine.
More.
They were perfectly.
Oh yeah. Like it
game.
doesn't. Yeah, like it doesn't. It shouldn't be remastered. At least in my mind, it shouldn't be remastered.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's like the same thing with I'll take it back to the Sonic Generations remaster. It didn't feel like it needed to be made, but if it's stuck on a console that you can't play it on properly,
right,
then
exactly.
I understand the reason to remaster it a bit more. At least with Sonic and Shadow Generations, you've actually got something else to add to the campaign. On this one, it's literally just apparently built from the ground up. So
right, okay.
Who cares? Like this. So they've spent their budget on remastering a game for no apparent reason that can still be played in a previous generation. It just makes no sense to me.
Right.
Just weird. Just weird. Anyway, we come to the last few things of the show. and this is the majority of the show, I'm not going to lie.
Right, okay.
How did you feel? Because I know how I felt about the game.
Okay.
Death Stranding.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I've got a lot to say about that. Actually, no, I don't have a lot to say about that. I don't have much to say about that. No offense to anyone out there who loves Death Stranding and Hideo Kojima. I said that right, Pete?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not my style of game. I've made tons of jokes about this. It is a walking simulator. It doesn't do anything for me. I do appreciate the visuals, obviously. And that's really all I have to say about this second installment. The visuals, they're beautiful. They're stunning. It's just, I don't understand it. I don't get the game. I don't think it's made for me. I think it's made for other people.
No, the problem that I have with this kind of games is that they're very, like, the trailers are very overtly, like, to a point, supposed to be filled with questions. Because that is exactly what Hideo Kojima does best.
Yeah,
is
but I
that
hate that.
he wants to give you a reason to buy the game because you want all these questions answered.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is Hideo Kojima is very much like J.J. Abrams when it came to Lost.
Right, okay.
He answers a question and then poses you about 15 more questions that will never be answered.
Right.
So I like Hideo Kojima games, but most of them are kind of shit.
Well,
Narratively speaking, there are quite a few bad ones.
Yeah, I can't follow them. And I used to think it was because of the different cultures, Japanese versus, say, USA, because that's where I'm from. But the more I'm getting to know, I think it's just Hideo himself.
Yeah, now, let's be honest. And this is where I'm actually going to give some credit to Konami for something. I think they were able to rein him in. And when he has had the leash let off him, he goes a bit far. And I think that's a bit too much, to be honest. Like,
right, okay.
I like I said, I like some of his games. I think Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 are masterpieces. But Metal Gear Solid 4 is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
5 is an absolute joke. And Death Stranding was, like you said, a glorified walking simulator with
really is.
Norman Reedus Fetus simulator.
Reedus Fetus. We used to say that on the show.
Oh, we did. Also, it's the fact that Dave said it in the chat. Amazon Delivery Sim 2019.
Oh, he sure did.
Yeah, so it's just too weird. It's too overtly weird to be anything interesting.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like the fact that and this is so self-indulgent as well. This was freaking nearly 10 minutes of the show.
That's insane.
That's not a trailer. That's not a trailer.
No, it's not. That's a
small movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got no problem with like being indulgent, but Jesus Christ, like, and the fact is they dedicated so much of the time of this show to Death Stranding 2. Do you know what the worst part about it is? The game's not even out until 2025.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because
they spent so long talking about this for 2025, but we'll get into something else that was shown shown.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
We'll catch up on chat because they've got a lot to say about Death Stranding.
They do, yes.
And then let me find it. Cincho says
go back to Karen.
I never replay games like that. I just watch, read up whatever can happen on the other paths. Jack Tendo says Shovel Knight Treasure Trove remaster in 10 years, probably. Made in the art style of Super Mario World, probably. Yep. Dave, Amazon Festus Delivery Sim 2019, exactly. I said Festus. Did you hear me say that?
Why did you say Festus?
I said Festus.
I was just thinking about that.
I'm
just going to ignore it.
The Festivus for the rest of us. I meant Fetus. Cincho says, I'll do it for you, Kiley. Death Stranding is an A to B pizza guy sim with a bonkers story, which is the only cool thing about it. Gameplay-wise, it's trash. I agree.
Also, thank you, Dave, for our episode title for this week, by the way.
Oh, very good. That's excellent. Very good, Dave. And then Mike says, "Is this game made for anyone?" Now it's weird because it's kind of like Avatar. I don't get the crazy obsessive fans with Avatar. I'll never understand
Mm.
that.
No, neither do I.
Yeah, because they're like cray cray. And the Death Stranding fans are also cray cray.
I
So
also think that just generally here, Kojima fans are a bit much as well.
yeah, they're a bit much. That's a good way to put it, Pete. Dave says, for once, I agree with Pete. Uh-oh, the world's going to end. Uh, Mike says, it isn't a game, it's art. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Sincho's,
to some it is.
yeah, to some it is. But see, I agree with Sincho. I'm so bored of the fandom for Kojima. Yes, it's too much. It's over the top.
It's like,
Sincho,
oh yeah, no, he can do no wrong. Well, he
yeah,
can.
he's done wrong from forever.
It's
Uh,
called Metal Gear Solid 5 and recasting David Hayter for Kiefer
I
Sutherland.
know, I still,
Sutherland.
what the F?
Queefer.
No, Pete. Sincho says, I'm so bored of the fandom for Kojima. Yes. Everyone is always like, he's so he's such a genius for just throwing spaghetti on the wall. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. When anyone's ever overhyped, I start to get kind of cynical and judgy. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
So Dave says the only thing that Pete, Kylie, and I will ever agree on. Why does this exist? Exactly. Mike says
Because Death Stranding
exclusive
sold, that's why.
world premiere.
Nice.
I did it. Dan says, with respect to the fans, this game does nothing for me at all. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nana says Kojima always edits his trailers his way. To be honest, I mean,
Yeah, I respect that.
I was
As
gonna
someone
say,
who
I
wants to
respect
create
that.
his own craft, I
Mhm.
completely respect it.
I
His
just don't
trailers have
like
always
it.
been interesting, but they're always so indulgent.
I don't know.
No, the trailers for Metal Gear Solid 5 got me hyped, and then I actually played the game, and it was ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Wait. Mike says, and yet we will still be talking about this until 2025. You're exactly right. Sinjo says, Fester's Quest. Yes. And yes, Festus, Dave says. Mike says, if Hideo Kojima, Suda51, and Hideki Kamiya ever make a game together, heaven help us. It'll never get made. That's the problem. It'll be like 2032.
Well, character art by Hideki Kamiya just means that it's basically going to be a Bayonetta game.
Yeah, exactly. Jack says, that's okay, bro. Leakers have been talking about the Switch Pro for half a decade. That's true. That's very true. Mike says they've been talking about Switch Pro since Switch Pro since the console launched. It's true. That is true.
That is even more true.
Yeah, Dan says, I feel like his more recent games are built around a story that mostly plays out in cutscenes. Yes, agree.
Metal Gear Solid 4 being the main one.
If it was a TV show, you'd edit out the boring bits, but the boring bits are the gameplay. Exactly. Sincho says, I feel like Kojima is stuck between wanting to make a game and making a movie, which makes the end result meh on both fronts.
Let's get to that, shall we?
I was going to say my thoughts exactly, but Pete's going to cover the but.
Well, because the
Pete's gonna
final
cover the
part of this was
Yes.
Kojima and Herman Holst, head of PlayStation Studios, were sat there on a screen talking about a new partnership with Kojima Productions
Yeah.
for a new action or new stealth espionage game. Metal Gear Solid. It's not. Which is due to start development after Death Stranding 2's production has been completed. However, the worrying side of this was this is a game with movie elements.
Yeah.
And it's going to blur the line between medias.
Yeah.
And where have we heard this before?
We've heard it many
wait,
times
didn't
before.
we hear this with OD?
Yes, but we've actually heard this several times before, not just OD. You are correct.
Yeah, we have, but we heard it very recently at
Yeah,
the Game Awards with
did.
Overdose, was it? Or OD, or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Fucking crap it was.
But it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And this just comes to show that I just don't care about Hideo Kojima projects anymore, whereas I once used to. Is it weird? Is it bad for me to say that I'm more hyped for Metal Gear Solid Delta because Hideo Kojima is not involved in it this time?
Well, I mean, if we're, I'm gonna say, I'm sorry to any Hideo Kojima fans. His ego has just, I think it's ruined.
no, the man has got talent somewhere, but he's
Talent or
I think
connections?
no, he has talent because he has made previous games that are very good. But I
Yeah.
just think it's been a long time since then. I think, like I said, he's just far too indulgent for his own well-being now. Like, since he's had his own studio, like, he's allowed to do whatever the hell he wants, and
Right.
look what we got out of it. Death Stranding.
Right. Uh, Nana says, "What are we talking about? We're talking about Death Stranding." But okay, so Jack says at least Snake gets to celebrate his birthday. Very funny.
Yes.
Mike says you can't sell a film for £60. That's true, but a game is about 90 cutscenes. Seems to be fine. I need to think on that, Mike.
Mm. Oh, 90% cutscenes. Yeah, that makes sense.
90%
That
cutscenes.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Dave says yes, and then it's okay. My internet cut. What are we talking about? Mike says Hideo Kojima and his ever-growing ego. Exactly. Dave says he's a man who has some talent, yes, but has a few good games, and suddenly people think he can do no wrong. He bloody can. He's made literally a cult of personality. It's just people
Yeah.
just worship him, and I don't get it.
That's what I mean. So when he came out at the Game Awards, like, the reaction he got was incredible, and rightly so, because he has a pedigree. But then you
Right.
saw what he was talking about, and everyone's just been like, wait, what the hell is this crap?
Right.
But there are a subsection of fans of his that will turn out and go, like, that won't ever criticize him because it's like, oh, it's
Right.
his vision. It's like, yeah, it is his vision, but also Avatar is James Cameron's vision, and that's bloody terrible.
I know. Oopsie. Some people would disagree with you, Pete, but yeah.
I don't care.
I know.
I don't care. So anyway, yeah, no, just put that. I mean, OD is gonna be bad. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and then Dave's put he gives Colt a bad name. Have you heard of the good word of buckets? By the way, hands up.
Oh
Hands
yes, that would be Dave's cult for our listeners and watchers. Dave has the cult of buckets,
Okay.
but with me and our new friend Rowan, he has the
Sure.
cult of gloves. So gloves
Okay.
and buckets is Dave.
Anyway,
Yes.
let me finish off by saying
Yes.
this was the last thing that we got told about was actually that there is a new state of play coming on the 6th of February.
Wow, that's really fast. That's what she said.
Yes, this one is solely based because it's clearly not involved in this one on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Oh yes, yes.
Because that is due to come out on the 29th of February.
That's true. Very good point.
Right, shall I make my closing points about this?
Yes, you
Because
should.
I've got a lot to say about this
Yes.
particular show. This show was very good for once. This is probably one of the more solid state of plays that I've actually seen. Although not a lot on here that actually got me very interested in wanting to turn my PS5 on.
Right.
But I think for those who are very invested within the PlayStation ecosystem, I think this is a solid showcase for them, with the
Right.
exception of the fact that most of these games are third-party games that are going to be coming to other systems anyway.
Right.
So it's not going to give me a reason to turn my PlayStation 5 on, because I can go and play Dragon's Dogma 2 on PC or on Xbox, or
Because
I can go and play Judas on other systems.
other
I can go play
systems
Silent Hill
are
2
available. Yes.
There are other systems. If I wanted to go and play Dave the Diver, I'll go and play it on another system.
There you go.
Sonic and Shadow, like Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. I'm not actually buying that game, but if I wanted to,
Right.
yeah, I'll go and buy it on something else, or just, oh, hang on a minute, haven't I got the disc for the Xbox version? Yeah, I'll just go and plug that into my Xbox and just play it now. I won't wait until autumn for it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I've actually got on the periphery for my PlayStation, like I said earlier, was actually Yakuza Remastered Collection
Right.
and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I've already pre-ordered the game, so I don't need to be sold on that. That's
yes.
it. Like, I'm gonna have to make sure that system is bloody updated before the 29th of February because it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah.
I always knew you were about to do it.
Every time, Pete, every time.
But yeah, if I had to give this a grade or a
Yes,
marking
do
or
that.
whatever it would, I'd probably give this a 3.5 out of 5, maybe a 4, because I thought for a PlayStation fan, it's quite a solid showcase.
Okay, so that's good. I think that's good to hear. That's
Just through
good.
all the Death Stranding stuff, to be
Oh my
honest.
gosh,
But
yeah.
obviously, there are people out there who are going to love the Death Stranding stuff.
I
Anyway, shall we
mean,
get to the comments?
yes, I was gonna say, do you want to read the comments?
Yeah, I can. Nana said, well, actually, going back to it.
I was gonna say, go all
So,
the way back because it's a little bit.
um, Sencho put, I mean, it's average hitter, whatever. I don't know if you can spell. Not sure what that's supposed to be.
Uh huh.
Um,
Glass, glass.
Dan Game Tank put uh, Boo Cult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine that's the Bucket Cult. Um, Nana puts that I still don't know how James Cameron got 2 sequels out of 1 film. No, he got 4 of them because it's supposed to be a 5-film series.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Dave has put Kylie, Rowan, and Pete are all high-ranking members.
And the bucket coat or the glove coat. Which one, Dave? Anyway.
I challenge you to a duel. Yeah. Nana put, speaking of films, everyone on my Twitter was so mad. Why? Why were
Oh,
they
what?
mad?
Yeah, what was? Why? At
I'm
Hideo
interested
Kojima?
to find out about them.
Yeah.
But anyway, he said about the PlayStation Showcase or State of Play. He said the start was good, but then petered out into nothingness. I mean,
Petered
that's
out.
well, that's Death Stranding for you. Anyway, next, Mike Tendo put, if anyone ever needed a summary of the Rapid Reviews radio podcast, it's about Kylie getting her drink on and Pete trying to speedrun getting cancelled by gaming communities. Sometimes they will talk about games too. I mean, it's
Sometimes.
pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate.
A little bit. We talk a little bit about games.
Yeah, then I put, well, 2024 is seemingly going to be a dry year for Sony, I think, because outside of Stellar Blade and Helldivers, there's not a
Yeah.
lot. And also, I don't know if you mentioned it, Kojima is making another game for Sony and he might finally actually get to direct a film for it. We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, okay. So Senjo put Avatar being average equals average tar.
Yes.
I'll not even attempt puns today.
We love your puns, Sinjo. You've
Dan,
named
Dan,
half our episodes, by the way.
yeah. Dan put bucket of gloves or buckets of gloves.
Ha!
It's worse than puddle of mud.
It's true.
Nana put because Rebirth was not in this direct and was in a separate one. Yes,
Oh,
that is
yes,
true.
it was. Yeah.
Mike Tendo put the pun was too clever for us, Centro, and yeah, I think it might have been. That's the comments for now.
Well.
And Nana put I follow a lot of Final Fantasy VII fans. If you can't tell, no, really.
I know.
I mean, you like Final Fantasy. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. There's nothing wrong with any fandoms. We are all fandom accepted here.
Yes.
Do you want to wrap up the show and we do our little talky portion?
Have basically already done so, but when it comes to the state of play, anyway. But yeah, just some. If you like this show, please go and give us a like, a comment, a sub, and all that sort of stuff on YouTube and the audio platforms. But you can hear that if you're listening to the audio version. Finally, once again, if you are going to Timeless Gaming Convention in Bury in August,
yes,
Rapid 24 is the code to get 15% off your tickets.
What's Timeless? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it before.
It's just some small time convention being run by some dude from Midlands somewhere in some arcade that's kind of average somewhere in Bury, you know. I'm joking.
What is this very attractive guy's name?
That average looking dude is called Mags. So it's the convention run by other friend of the show, Mags, middle-aged gamer guy, who is running a convention at Timeless, called Timeless at Arcade Club in Bury on August the 14th. So yeah, it's an all-day thing at Europe's largest arcade.
Yep, and me and Pete
I'm
will
looking
be
forward
there.
to it. We will be
Yes.
there, so
We'll be
that is
there.
why we've been given a code to give out to fellow people who are wanting to buy tickets. Rapid 24 for 15% off.
Oh, Cincho. We'll save it for
Also,
after the show.
yeah. Also, finally, please go and check out my other podcast, the Never Watchers. We've talked about films today. I cover films over there, so please do.
Yes.
We're doing Goodfellas, and we're due to be recording in a couple of days, so
Ooh, very good.
We got
Very
delayed a little bit this week because of technical issues. So
I'm excited about that. That's one of my favorite films.
I've
So.
got a lot to say about Goodfellas.
Good, fella.
Fellas.
Yeah, exactly. But we are going to wrap up this portion of the show. Please stick around for our audience participation, rep reviews after dark episode where we let the explicit tag go up and do our thing. But I will say this. Thank you so much for joining us. We love having you here. It's always a pleasure. We've had a great chat tonight. Chat as in the people in our chat. But also, me and Pete, we had a great chat too.
Yeah, average at best.
Oh, thanks. But I do thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thus ends the podcast portion. And now
2
we can get
seconds.
to the after dark portion where we smoke and drink and cuss and stuff. Oh goodness. Mike says, Mags, aka Kiley's boy toy. Oh no!
I might have missed that.
Citro says I tweeted that at him, by the way. Is that the 8.5?
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh my god, you actually tweeted that. Oh my god.
I will say I got a lot of screenshots. I'll just say that. I got a lot of screenshots. But anyway. Pete's getting made. Dave says I'm often
I'm a made man now.
Yep, I often get excited for technical issues. Dave says
that's not something to get excited about.
Dave says this was incredibly fun. I got to insult Dan. Oh no, don't insult Dan. Dan is a precious, beautiful angel. He must be protected at all accounts.
Hey, hang on. Kylie, you have a Twitter again?
No, I don't have a Twitter again. What?
Oh.
No, I don't have a Twitter. I didn't start Twitter. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. That's the only two I'm on.
Okay.
And then Mike said bye for the podcast. Central said yeah, and he answered. Did he answer? What did he say? Oh my gosh. Dave says, oh god. Nana says that might be the fastest you've done a podcast. Yeah, we have reasons. We're wrapping it up a bit quick. Nana says, wait, Kylie has a Twitter again? No, I don't have a Twitter. For confirmation, I don't have a Twitter. Dave says Dan likes it. Dan said, ooh. Cincha says, I'll take that after watching the episode. Jack says, Kylie is the president, treasurer, and recruiter for the Max fan club.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, I see no lie.
Yeah, you should see all the stuff I did this weekend.
Anyway, I will be back in 2 seconds.
But anyway, Kylie has the fan club, and there is only one member allowed. That's right. I am Max's #1 fan, and no one's allowed in the fan club. How's that for crazy eyes? But no, I will say that this week. Oh, great! Dave says, or 2, including. Oh yes. Now, let's not lie. Mags is a fan of himself as well. So I don't know if he's #1 or #2, but yes. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Dave says also Mag is defo his own favorite member. Exactly. Sidjo says soon to be fan tub. So okay, look. Mags and I will be going on adventures in April. I am trying to find a place with a hot tub, and we might do a hot tub stream. Finally. Tongue in cheek, not serious, hot tub stream. But Jack says that's why you have to work every role. Exactly. Like, I mean, there are people who say they are #1 fans, but Kiley really is Mac's #1. I mean, yes. Go check out his Instagram. All my photos are on there. Not all of them. I have some really good photos. I'm gonna post them up later.
I don't need to know about that private collection.
I have a secret one. And then Dave says we don't talk about Mag's favorite member. I do. No, I'm kidding.
He has a favorite member.
I'm not exploring that option with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at this. I'm just about finished my entire bottle of wine. I'm almost done. Almost. But yeah, go ahead.
It was a shorter show. That's even more impressive.
Oh my goodness. Dave says Mags and Kiley are not allowed to go anywhere unaccompanied. Oh, we went plenty places unaccompanied. Anyway, Cincho's, I'll prepare with blood pressure pills for that tub stream. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. Mike says, save that for the Rapid Reviews Only fans, Kiley. Rapid Reviews Only fans. That would be amazing, Pete. You should get on that. Dave says, I'm going with Oh, Dave. You would be crying in a corner. That's all I'm going to say. Sidjo says, that's why Pete has to be around, so things don't get out of hands. And then Dave says, it's things that get into hands that worry me. Sidjo, but I guess if things get into hands, also not good maybe. No, you beat me to it. And Mike says, I'm literally crying right now.
What
Pete.
kind of hell have I walked back
Poor
into?
Pete.
I literally wander off to go and say goodnight to my fiance. And I come back to some sort of hell.
A Kiley and Mag's hell. What? My favorite kind of hell. Yes. And then Cincho says, we're all crying for one reason or another. Wait till we post that hot tub stream. You'll all be crying in the corner.
I will be after we get DMCA'd.
No, it'll be fully clothed, I promise.
We're still going to get DMCA'd.
I'll maybe fill it with bubbles. And then Mike Tindo says, hell yeah! Dave says, Pete, you get to experience Rowan, Mag, Dave, and Kiley in the same place with booze. Worry. Oh, Pete.
I'm already concerned by that.
I can't wait for Timeless. Holy crap, Pete.
I can wait.
Mm-hmm. See, apparently, and Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, when I met Dave, them clips will be timeless, Cincho says. Exactly. And, oh yes, and Dan. Dan's a lot of fun, too. Apparently, I think it was Mags that told, Dave that I'm actually a little bit quieter and more calm in real life. I don't know why he said that, because that's simply not true. As Dave found out.
I wouldn't know. I've never met you in person.
I know, but you're going to.
I know, we need to talk about that at some point soon as well.
I know. Dave
that
says
also would require you to actually get your WSD ticket sorted out.
I've got to do that. Mike says they are all grown adults. They are not Pete's responsibility. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Oh, it's going to be so much fun, guys. Just come to Timeless to see me, Dave, Rowan, and Pete just go insane. It's going to be fun.
Well, if we go that insane, I don't think we're going back to WSD. Or Timeless.
We'll see.
Or anywhere for that matter.
Yeah, Dave says, Ron, she is evil. I'm not evil. I just drink wine and a lot. Cincho says, getting into Tekken 8 is one of the hardest things ever, by the way, Pete. Don't know if I'd recommend. Oh, really? Oh, I have thoughts on that.
Look, I really want to play it, but the demo was enough for me to go, I am not going to probably be decent at Tekken.
It's like people are face rolling their controllers and you still can't adjust block and whatnot. I will say this. This is unbiased, by the way. Max did play Tekken 8 last week. It looks like a really effing cool game. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, Sencho, I've just seen your message about your controller. Oh my god, that is a thing of beauty.
Oh goodness.
Very nice. I want it.
Dave says my account would disagree. Evil. Look, wine is not evil. Wine makes me happy and good and like an angel. Citro says defense in Tekken is insane. It feels like you're always in the corner. Now again, I've only
Nobody
seen...
puts Sencho in the corner.
Nobody puts Sencho in the corner. Yes, I've only seen Max play it. And he only played it for like 2 hours. But
was he playing story mode?
He was playing story mode, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Sencho's probably playing online, and that's probably where it gets even worse.
Oh right, because I did notice that a lot of Sencho says I'm in the corner by choice. I did notice how a lot of the characters were like, no, that's not what I meant. Some of the characters are more defensive characters, and you have to defend as opposed to, you know, being aggressive and going after them. So that was interesting to me. I like that. That was very interesting. Mike Tendo says just be Beckett. There we go. I ain't been drinking at all. He says just be glad Kiley doesn't drink the top shelf stuff yet. Well,
what says she doesn't?
I do, but not on stream. This was like 7 pounds. So, and then everything that Dave bought me was like 5 pounds, something like that. It was a little tiny bottle. We were steaming.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
We were steaming. I'm not gonna lie. Those awards started. Me, Dave, and Rowan were in the audience. We were just steaming. We were done for. And then Dave started heckling Trista, but she liked it. And then me and Rowan were like, woo! So anytime, if you go watch the Debug Awards and you hear a woo, it is me and Rowan going, woo! Because those people were like dead bedrooms, you know? They were just nothing. Sencho says Asuka and Leroy are characters like that. Yeah, exactly. Leroy's the one I was thinking of.
Sorry, hang on. Did you just say Asuka?
Yes. How do you say her name?
You mean Asuka?
Okay, that. I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff, Pete. But Leroy definitely is the one I was thinking of when I said that. He's a whole defensive character. They make you second guess even attacking. Yeah, exactly. Dave says 5 pounds per milliliter. Sencho says I can review Tekken in one word. Terrified. Dave, I am never letting Kiley and Rowan exist in the same room ever again. Oh, it was fun. You know it was fun.
You know it's going to happen at WSD anyway, so
100%.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nana says, I watched the Tekken 8 story mode, and it's one of the best things I've seen. It's really good, Nana. I'm not going to disagree. It's really good. Enough to make me want Tekken 8. I actually considered it. Watching Max play it. Considered it. I didn't do it, but I considered it. Sencho, when are you going to start the yearly Twink Awards, by the way, Kiley? But Max would just win every year.
Worth nominating?
Max, he'll just win every year.
No, he's not allowed to.
He's the winner in my books. Dave says, yeah, I know. Sencho says, Tekken 8 is literally Dragon Ball at this point. And then Dave says, okay, no, stop, bad. For once, I will protect my client. From me, Dave? Do you think he needs to be protected from me? Little old poor innocent me?
No, he does. He absolutely does.
I would put him and Jeff Shealy, and it seems like we had another twink on the show that we were crazy
Was it by any chance the song by Hall & Oates, was it?
Which song was that?
She's a maniac.
Dave says very much you. Mike says, I really want to go to WASD this year, but I don't think I can this year. Aw. That would be so fun if you can. But if you can't, it's okay. We will see you at something else. Pete and I are going to nearly everything. Just about.
I'm going anyway, but I can also represent Nintendo 64 at the
Oh,
same
that's
time
right.
if
You
needed
can.
as well.
That's true.
I'll do a double duty.
Uh, Central says Kylie to
Yeah,
Kazua
duty.
confirmed. Duty. I'll tell you who I related to the most, Central, and that's Nina. What you think about that? What you think about them apples? Dave says, I'm going to WASD and hiding when I see Pete. I will just whisper to get his attention. And Mike says, cheers, Pete. Uh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, guys. You got to come with us.
All I'm going to do is just sit there and wonder who the hell is this weird guy in the corner whispering at me.
um, Who's the hotness in Tekken, Kylie? It's Nina. She's the hotness. She's supreme hotness. Now, again, I've only seen her in story mode, so I don't know. But holy crap. She was amazing. Oh, I mean, Guy. Oh, right. The little German twink. I mean,
it's German.
There's a little German twink. Of course, Cincho, you know me. Okay, yes, of course. Dave said he hides in corners when Kylie's around. Hell yeah. And then Mike says, I have some in real life stuff going on at the moment. Okay, understandable.
Yeah, fair enough.
But she'll let you know when things have been confirmed. It would be great.
Yeah, of course it's Leo.
And then, yeah, Leo should have known. Of course. I like my little twinks. You know that. He's so delicate. He just needs to be protected. Nina needs to hook up with him and protect him at all costs. So just as I can't stand his German. So an interesting thing. The guy that voices the British Tekken character, who I've suddenly forgotten his name because we renamed him in Mags' stream. I forget his real name. The guy that voices him voices Fenry in oh frick, what's it? Is it Dragon Quest? What's the Mass Effect version of RPG? Fantasy RPG. Is that Dragon Quest? Dragon's something. But Fenry is my favorite character in that series. He's my little twink hottie. And then he also voices the guy in Destiny 2 who's in the city, but he's like sniping and you can buy guns off of him. So what's funny about that is he's not British. He's South African. So his voice is awful. And Dave says, stop shipping Tekken characters. Never! Centro says, Steve. Yeah, it's like Steve something. But it's weird. It's not British.
Steve Fox.
Steve Fox, that's it. I think we renamed him to like John Smith, which is very British to me. And then Mike says, when Centro said Leo, I heard it in my head with Dr. Evil's voice. Leo. But of course I was going to go for the German twink. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Pete, I think you should maybe look at Tekken if it's up your alley.
I want to play Tekken, but I'm scared.
But I'm also encourage anyone to go watch Mags' stream of it. Because, okay, the game itself was fun, but chat was having a lot of fun too, which is always fun. Sindra says, let's be scared together, Pete.
I might play you, but I might.
Yeah, I want to know.
I'm going to look into it.
I would like to know.
Like I said, I've got a lot on my plate at the moment with replaying Batman. Because I want to play through all of those games at some point. And also, I've got well over 100 something hours worth of Yakuza to play through before I can even touch Infinite. And yes, I want to play the heck out of Infinite Wealth.
Yes, I think you should. I'm still playing.
I've played so the thing is, when you finish Gaiden, you get a special demo for Infinite Wealth, and I played through it, and oh god, it makes me really want to play that game.
Oh my gosh!
God damn
it. Pete. Dave says, Pete, I challenge you to a thumb war. Central says,
WAC, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll film it. Unzip.
Oh, for God's sake.
Dave gets that reference. Anyway, OMG, the fighting game of the highest degree. Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh, Pete, you have to come on our adventures with us. It was so fun. It was so fun. See, Mags was working, so we couldn't mess with them. But Dave and our new friend Rowan, well, it's Dave's old friend Rowan, but my new friend Rowan,
Okay.
they heckled Mags. They even booed Mags.
Of course they did.
And I was like, no, stop it. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was just a fun night. Oh my gosh, it was fun. Central says, why do you need 40 characters when you can just have a thumb? Yes, exactly. And Dave said several times, yes, they did. See, there was even a point where we didn't know Max could hear us. And Dave and Rowan both went off, and Max poked his head around the curtain. It was like, I can hear you, by the way.
Brilliant.
And then Dave says, I met Rowan and Mags at the same event. It was OLL, right, Dave? Where Mags was ignoring you. And Dan says, quote, we couldn't mess with him. We did, though. Mike says, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare for the war. I would love to watch that. I will record that. And then
You're
Dave
on
says,
WSD, it's on.
yeah, hell yeah. And then Dave says, that was amazing. And then that's it. And then Mike said, bring it on. WSD is going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't been, you should come hang out with us, because I will probably drink. Even if alcohol is not available, I will bring wine with me, because that's how I roll. Or I'll get Dave to buy me wine. How about we do that? Dave says, rapid reviews versus timeless team. Thumb war throwdown. Yeah.
Well, there's only 2 of us there. You've got a whole
4 or 5?
load.
4.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to
4?
win.
Yeah.
It's unfairly balanced.
I don't know. Might win. Dave says, no, and runs.
It's all right.
Oh, they have 5 people. They have
Carly,
5.
you'll just throat punch them, and that'll be fine.
That's right.
We'll win that way.
Yeah, just a little, and they won't be able to breathe.
He needs to breathe anyway.
What's funny is after the awards ceremony, we went out for drinks, me and Max, and we joined up with Games Mistress. If you don't know who she is, she's a streamer. She streams a lot of retro games.
Is that the one where Mags joined
Yes.
the stream for the mental health chat?
Yes, and
Yes.
I met her. She's wonderful. She's lovely. So we all met at this like goth club and stuff like that, and we just had the greatest time ever. We were like
Nice.
dancing and singing. It was great. So that's what you have to look forward to is our insanity, because Games Mistress is going to be at Timeless as well.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah, they all think I'm Irish, which is fine. It's fine. A few more years, and I'll actually have been in Ireland longer than I was in Texas, so that kind of works. And then let's see. Mike says Kylie has some strong thumbs. Oh, you don't know, Mike. Oh, that was what I was gonna say. So Games Mistress was doing arm wrestling, and it took everything I had in me not to go over there and go, I want to play, but I would probably break someone's arm, because I'm quite strong. Dave says the team consists of Mag, half a person. It's more than enough for me, Dave. Amy, who is worth like 4, Jesse, Rowan, and me. Mike says, haha, that was good one, Cincho, to the 7 thumb brace. And then Mike Cindo says top 6. And then top of the morning to ya. And Dave says, oh God, why? Quote, he's enough for me. Look, you said it. You said it, Dave, not me. Of course Mags is enough for me. More than enough. Yeah, Dave says, I quit. I'm leaving. Sidjo says, 7 samurais. Thumberized. I got it, because it's you and Pete versus multiple. Okay, Thumberized, I get. That's good, Sidjo. That's very good. We should have an armor. No. I would probably break someone's arm. So yes, thumb wrestling is probably the way to go. We should have thumb wrestling at Timeless for sure, Pete. I think so.
It's on.
What? It's on?
It's on. Let's do it.
Okay, we'll do our own thing off to the side.
Yeah, with blackjack and fumbles.
Oh yes. Dave says set it up on stage. It was so funny. I haven't been on stage in a few years now. Have I been on stage since I've been here? I don't remember. But me and Rowan and Dave, we were just kind of goofing off because it was in between sessions or whatever. And that stage just called to me. And me and Rowan, we just ran up there on stage. And it was like, I'm home. I haven't been on stage in so long. It felt so good. And then Timeless Throwdown, Timeless Thumb Throwdown. Sidro says Blackjack and Hooters. There's a Hooters in Nottingham. I kid you not. There's a Hooters in Nottingham, which was crazy to me. And then Dave says, I need to show everyone the footage of Kiley doing an Oprah impression. Yes. It's really good. Because I was just like, I was on point. Yes.
Was you doing that and you get a...
Yes, I was. Me and Rowan, we just like jived perfectly with our impressionism. It was so good. Yeah, Dave says, and she did. Yes, I did. It was disturbing. It was so good. And then we went and drank more. I love drinking. Drinking is great. Drinking with Dave is great too. Except he gets a bit chatty at times. Like when Gareth was up in stage and I was like, Dave, stop. And then Cintra says, I would honestly love to know if Hooters food is good. Now, I can't speak for the UK because I didn't go to the Hooters in Nottingham. I kind of wanted to, but it was a little bit far away. The Hooters in Texas, at least, their chicken wings are next level. Not a joke.
Not the first time I've heard that, by the way.
Yeah. So, if you're a dude, well, I was going to say if you're a dude, but if you're a dude or a chick who likes boobs, okay, plus, there you go, you got that. But if you're not, chicken wings. Chicken wings. Mike Tindo says, so when Mags goes to WASD this year, will it be Adventures of Mag Thumb? We'll have to see. Maybe. Because he's so small. He uses a flower as an umbrella.
When will this end?
Dave says, I regret nothing. And then Mike says, the Hooters in Nottingham is a Twitcher pump. Probably, yes. Dave says, I reckon UK Hooters will be a bit less good. I will say this. I've only been in the UK about 13 years, which is a long time. Yeah, I mean, that's a long time. UK gals, they don't really have big boobies. Universally. I'm talking about universally, not individually. So I do wonder what the Hooters would look like. I'm just saying. Cincho says, I'm a veggie, so only boobs for me, I guess. There you go. I'm sure they have salads. Just eat salads and look at boobs. Mike says, only bird watchers go to Hooters in Nottingham. They do love their tits. Oh, the blue tit. Everyone loves a good blue tit.
I think he's starved of oxygen.
There you go. Maybe that's it. Yes.
Oh, God. We're going to have to talk about this next week.
What, Hooters?
No, there's a rumour that multiple Xbox IPs are coming to PlayStation 5.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we will definitely talk about that next week.
Including potentially the Bethesda titles are now shifting to multi-platform releases again.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, we'll totally discuss.
I.e. Starfield on the Xbox clearly didn't do well then.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking of Avowed, but okay.
It's not Bethesda, is it?
Is it? Oh, okay. I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, because I think that's Oblivion, actually. I get them mixed up. But,
Obsidian, you mean? Obsidian.
Obsidian. I had a little bit of wine, Pete.
No, really?
Dave says, what about the blue-footed booby? Cincho, can I get some extra dressing with that salad, please? Wait, wouldn't you want less dressing, Cincho? Ha 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 ha. Seriously, Google that. Mike says, let us not forget the boobies and those peckers. We all love a good pecker.
That is honestly just reminding me of the Austin Powers bit from the second film.
Exactly, I love it so much. I'm easily amused. Cincho says, boobies. Yeah, exactly. No, little amuses the innocent, as they say. Dave, Doctor Who boobies? Who boobies? Who boobies?
Dave, yes, I am disgusted.
Anna says, oh yeah, Hi-Fi Rush was one of them, I think. Oh,
it was, yeah, but
okay.
There's new rumors coming out. It's currently trending on Twitter.
Yeah, that would be good if they opened up to other consoles. Dave says Pete looks so disgusted.
I am.
Dave says, yes, she is. Mike says, that's where I was going, Pete. Cicho says, I mean, last time we learned I wear panties only for work. That's right, Cicho. Including myself, so extra dressing is the least of my problems. That's very true. Dave says, in the space of one night, Kiley made more references to prostate exams than a hospital full of doctors would in a year. Snap, Dave. Snap. Relates to the gloves thing, yeah. And then Mike says, I'm going to stop now so Pete and Kiley can wrap up. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here in a second. And then Dave says, oh God, the snap. Yeah, exactly. So Rowan and I will be starting a podcast soon. And all it is me and Rowan sitting in fancy chairs, drinking wine, and telling Dave to do different things, usually with gloves. He is our little monkey, our little entertainment monkey. Dave says no. So tune in for that. What will Dave do next? We came up with some titles there too, and I've forgotten them. Please wear doctor's gloves for the first episode. Oh yes, Cincho.
Let's just remember that drunken ideas are not always the best ideas.
I know, but believe it or not, Pete, we came up with these ideas before we started drinking.
That's even more worrying.
I know, it's terrible. Dave says, I need to murder Rowan. I wish you would have got Rowan in tonight. That would have been hilarious. Cincho says, just randomly. And Dave says, we did. Snap. Yeah, it was 100% actually sober. We came up with our ideas. So we're just going to make Dave dance for us and then sit back and enjoy it. It was such a fun time. I do want to reiterate for everyone out there, if you can, go check out the Debug U and Debug Awards on YouTube. I'm sure it's under Debug. I should have checked. I feel kind of bad I didn't. Oh, Dave says, Pete, save me. Pete.
Save you from what?
From me.
I couldn't save you from anything.
No.
I can't even save myself at this point.
That's exactly true. And then
I'm 4 years in deep at this one now.
It's true. Cincho says, let all the worries go and embrace what's coming. Oh no.
What the hell is this?
And then Mike Tindo is
the Debug Awards.
Yeah, the Debug Awards.
Lovely, thank you.
Yeah.
I posted it in the link.
Oh, good. Yeah, please go watch them. They are amazing. It's not.
I plan on it at some point.
Yeah.
We do need to end the stream at some point so I can upload it.
I know we are. We're ending it right now. Mike says that was the link for the debug stream. Thank you very much, Mike. That's the live show. Thank you very much, Cincho. Or who's coming? Ha 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 ha. Dave says for the awards. Yes, I will be very good. See my little halo? You can see it. I'm good. I'm a wonderful, naive, little, perfect girl.
Wrong.
I'm not terrible at all. Cincho says for the awards, and then Dave says for the awards, and then Dave says Cincho no. Cincho, I wish you could get over here.
You should.
I do kind of theoretically am planning to go to Gamescom. That is at Gamescom.
Yeah, in
That's
Germany.
a thought. Although Cincho is not quite, he's still quite a ways from Germany. But you should go.
Oh, Cincho.
Dave says no one believes that, Kiley. Prostate exams. Cincho vanishes into the dark depth of hell that is Tekken 8. Gamescom. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Cincho. Cincho says, okay, I'll stop. Mike to note, Gamescom. Thank you. I can't ever remember. Because here's the thing. I want to call it Gamescon for convention.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Gamescom. So my brain is like, what? Yeah. And then Dave says, I might be going to games.com. Okay, well, you enjoy that.
Good.
But
enjoy. Have fun.
Mags and I should, in theory, be going to TwitchCon and then Gamescom. Gamescom. We're finalizing all that this week. So if you can go there, we'll be there and it'll be fun.
Well, I won't be.
Yeah, but you should.
I'm not a Twitch streamer.
You can still show up for fun. We're kind of Twitch streamers in a way.
Sorry, when is it?
Gamescom is in August, I think, after Timeless.
Yeah, you really think I'm going to be free?
Maybe, but TwitchCon is in June.
What date in June?
You would ask that, wouldn't you? In the middle of June. And me and Mags are going. I have to buy the tickets on Tuesday. The airplane tickets. And then...
Oh, of course it's right at the bloody end of it. If it was at the beginning, I'd be able to go.
Oh, are you kidding me, Pete? You won't get to go?
No.
All right, well, I'll learn everything I can, and we'll do a show over it.
Yeah, fun. Even though we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about everything we do.
I'd rather not.
Cincho says Gamescom, Komm for the Germans. Dave says this is a con. You kind of are. Dan says, am watching Twitch. Are you streaming? The world is a lie. Yes, exactly, Dan. We are streamers. We're not big streamers, but we're still streamers.
No, I'm a podcaster.
I mean, that's the thing. And when I introduced myself to Games Mistress, she was like, okay, how did you meet Mags? Well, how did you meet Mag? And I was like, well, I had him as a guest on our show. And she's like, oh, are you a streamer? And it was like, I'm actually a podcaster who happens to stream. So that's how that goes.
Yeah.
So I introduced myself as a podcaster because most of our, I was going to say views, that's not the correct word, but our listens or whatever, they come from, our podcast more than this. Dave says that TwitchCon is 29th through 30th of June. Of course, if I can arrange it, I'm going to try and get the whole week off. I'm not there yet.
I know, I'm sorry.
Mike says, before I forget, Game in Spain will still continue to sell secondhand games. Very good for the time being. CEX or sex. Does have a few stores in Spain, but they aren't abundant. Oh, interesting.
Well, it's clearly because they have a market there to be able to actually still sell second-hand games, which is good, I guess.
Exactly. And Mike says this was a follow-up on discussion last week. Yeah, exactly. Dave said, Pete is a pod racer. Yes, we're pod racers. Mike says, now this is podcasting. Yes. Acting. But
it's definitely a better delivery than what was had in episode 1.
Oh my goodness. We tried so hard on episode 1. It was funny because on episode 1, my mic died and I had to use a totally different mic. And I think it was halfway through it that it died.
I think so.
Yeah, we were just like running around like crazy gooses.
There was a few episodes like that, wasn't it?
It was, the very beginning.
All the shit that you didn't see in the background that happened.
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is never gonna work. This is never gonna work because I couldn't get my freaking mic to work. But then I did. It turned out fine. So we did 100. No, not 100. I don't know where I got that number at.
70 something?
70. I want to say 74
I think so.
episodes that are audio only, and then from 75 on, we started streaming. And streaming really opened us up a lot. But we are a podcaster mainly. I mean, it really is. And then Dave says, I hate sand. Yes, it's coarse and gets everywhere. Gets in everywhere. Dave says, and Max. You can't hate Max. Max is wonderful and amazing.
I mean, you can.
No. Cincho says, am I crazy? It says from 20th of August to the 25th or whatever. What, for Gamescom? Because I think that's right. Mike says, Dave, I hate Mags. He's coarse and gets everywhere. Yes, exactly, Dave. Exactly.
I mean, this is true. He actually does get everywhere. He's at Debug. He's on our stream. You know.
He does get everywhere, is all I'm saying. And then Dave says, that's fucking true. Oh, God, that's so accurate. And then Cincho says, yeah, Gamescom. I prefer.
Now we're all caught up before we get.
What?
Now that we're all caught up, can we go now?
Are we gonna wrap it up? Wrap it up. Yes, we are gonna wrap it up. Dave says, I'm leaving now. I don't need the mental image of. I'm not gonna finish that out. I can't, Dave.
I don't want the mental image of Mag coming everywhere. I said it.
I did nearly say it, and then Cincho said, "Rapid up." Yes, exactly. Dave says, "Dang it, she nearly said it." And Mike said, "Good night, guys." And then Dave said, "Thanks, Pete." Yes. And then Jenny says, "Rapid up." But yes, Cincho says, "Later, peeps." Wrap it up. That's so good. I hope to see everyone in Max's stream this week, where we will reconvene starting tomorrow.
I'll try my best to be there.
Yeah, try it, because tomorrow is Yakuza, so you might enjoy that.
Yeah, but I don't want spoilers.
He's pretty good about not doing spoilers, though.
But he's playing the opening of the game. Well, he's going to spoil the crap out of everything.
That's not necessarily true.
I don't care. I don't want to know anything.
Dave says, wrap it up. That's so good. And then Centro says, Yakuza. Yakuza, yes.
Yakuza.
Yakuza.
You can't call it Yakuza anymore. It's like a dragon.
That's true. Dave says, it is. And Max spoils a lot of things. Not everything, Dave. He doesn't spoil everything.
Well, anyway. He doesn't know how to play Mario RPG, despite the chat trying to tell him how to play Mario RPG.
That's true.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny. Did you go back and watch it then?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you would.
I was trying my best to tell him. So many other people.
But it was so. That night was crazy. He couldn't concentrate on the actual game. His chat was just going off. Cincho says, Ja equals yes. Ka equals cow. Sa equals saw with eyes. So, yes, a cow with eyes. Ooh, interesting.
Oh, God.
And then Dave says, David, Kylie. That was hilarious. But yes, I think. And then Mike says, stop reading the chat, guys. Go home. You're drunk. I'm definitely drunk.
Which is ironic that you put that for us to read.
Yes. I'm going to order some kind of crazy chippy. I think maybe gravy and chips. What do you think? I haven't eaten today. I need to eat.
You need to eat, yeah.
Dave says, let's talk about Timeless. Timeless? What's that? I've never heard of it before. But no, for real, as I wrap this up, please come join us at Timeless. It's in August. It'll be fun. Dave says, I can tell you everything that's happening. It will only take 7 hours. Dan says, 192 days till Timeless. Well, I'll say this. Me and Pete have our VIP tickets, and we have our hotels booked.
I just got to work out how I'm getting there now.
I know. I need to decide if I'm driving over or flying over.
Yeah, you need to tell me whether you're doing
I
that
know. I
too.
need to sit and do that. Guys, I have the coolest sports car in the world. It would be amazing if I drive over there.
Yeah, because if you drive over there, it means you can pick me up and I
I
can
know,
pay you
exactly.
petrol money.
It's true.
Otherwise, I've got to book a fucking coach ticket.
I know.
So I need to know soon enough.
I know. And Dave says, Dan, why are you counting? And Dan says, teeny tiny bit looking forward to it. And Dave says, come and pick me up. But you're like in like Norfolk or something. You're in like crazy. Pete's in like Surrey. Am I right, Pete?
Yes.
That area.
Surrey.
Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't say Surrey. But yeah, Dave says yes. I don't.
And
know.
you also called it Norfolk as well, which
Norfolk.
is hilarious.
Is that it? Norfolk. I'm trying. Mike says, so sorry. Exactly. And then Dave says, in the pod. Okay, we're ending it
And
now.
the fucking end the stream. Do
Yes! Thank you.
Do it.
Do it now. Thank you so much for joining us. Ha ha ha. I like that. Norfolk. Dave says, haha. Dan says, Norfolk and way. And then Dave says, good night to you two. Good night, Dave. We're totally leaving right now. I'm very
Die.
all right.
Any hopes of me playing Arkham Asylum tonight were dashed
Yes.
like hours ago.
I'm probably gonna play Power Wash Simulator. We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us. And everyone's saying good night. Good night, guys. See you next time. Yes, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I might be tired, but yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we've loved every second of it. You guys are amazing. Great chat. Fabulous chat. But we are going to wrap it up. So thank you so
much. We've had a good chat. Like we've had a great chat all the time.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just only gotten worse since Mags appeared on the Happy Hour. What is up with all these reprobates coming? No, I'm joking.
Ah, yes.
Especially Max that Dave. That Dave.
I know that Dave guy. That Dave guy. Max brought him along, and he won't leave. He just sticks around.
You were supposed to hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
From that corner of yours.
Yes, exactly. Under a bucket with a pair of gloves. Anyway, we're done. We are done. You guys are amazing. It's been a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it every week. So we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.